I can't hear the crowds and the other distractions going on. I'm really just focusing on the game.
What if you loved a sport? And what if all you could hear was this? In 1984, goalie Jeff Mansfield was born deaf. For decades, he's battled his disability for the love of the ice.
Growing up, I loved playing hockey because it was the one time being deaf that it doesn't matter, I could play and it didn't matter. I've had a deaf girlfriend for about 8 years, so I'm kind of familiar with deaf culture and whatnot. I still can't imagine what it would be like to be out there on the ice and playing and being deaf.
To not have one of your senses in a game that's all about having sense has got to be tremendously hard.
Jeff played college hockey at Princeton, where he was the 2005 Disabled Player of the Year, and last week he tried out for the Elmira Jackals. But what matters most, he's still fighting.
Sometimes I don't know where the puck is going to go. I need to react like that real fast. And the other tough thing is that the entire team is depending on the goalie, so it's his responsibility. But he loves that part.
In a fairy tale ending, Mansfield would make the Jackals. He didn't. But to appreciate his impact, you don't need to hear it, just see it.
Being deaf is not the end of the world. Look at Jeff coming out here and playing. It really doesn't matter that he's deaf.
I have a tremendous amount of respect for what he's trying to do and the passion he has for the game. You know, it speaks volumes.
And Jeff Mansfield's message, you can hear it, loud and clear.
If someone says, no, you can't do it, I arrive and I try and I show them a way that I can do it, how it's possible being deaf.
I had breast cancer, a complete shock.
Oh my gosh, I have cancer. I'm not going to be around. What's going to happen to my family?
One game, one family. Horseheads baseball redefined the word team. While the Raiders fought for wins, two parents are fighting for their lives. This year, Gene Yario was struck with breast cancer, and Chris Whelan was diagnosed with lymphoma. Gene's battled through multiple surgeries and radiation, while cancer spread to Chris's bone marrow.
The low point is, you know, after about the third round of chemo when, man, this is kind of not fun anymore.
It's been overwhelming. It's nothing that I could have expected. You can't imagine the support you have until this type of thing comes up.
With the support of their sons, Dave and Brent, they're fighting cancer as one.
We act like a family, and it's pretty awesome to see that something like this can just bring us even closer together.
We both have been in the same spot, and we both kind of have the same feeling.
Teammates, friends, brothers. This life battle has created a special bond between Dave and Brett, who are playing for something more.
I just love coming out here and putting on a show for them, and just when we win, it's probably the best feeling in the world for them too.
It is a lot on their shoulders, and then to have one of their parents with a, you know, potentially fatal or illness takes a lot to battle. They are incredible kids.
Something like that happens to them, you play, there's something bigger that you're playing for instead of just yourselves.
This team or that team, by gaining strength from their boys, the Horseheads family is alive and well.
1, 2, 3, team. Let's go.
They've got their team behind them, the bigger team of life. It's just a little battle. It's a little battle, and they fight hard.
I'm tall and me.
I'm strong, and it makes me strong, and I can swim.
Dreams, hopes, desires. Things that have driven Horseheads Nate Ford his entire life. Born with Down syndrome, a genetic disorder that alters speech and intelligence. Ford's fight has been waged since the beginning.
Would my son ever even know my name or know that I was his mother? Thankfully, that was not the case. He has been nothing but joy.
His love is unconditional. It's not based on appearance. He's ready to love anybody, and it doesn't matter who you are, Nate loves them all.
But Nate's love came back to him.
Yeah.
Sports changed his life forever, giving him a purpose and a time to be one of the guys.
Ball, ball too.
Football and basketball,
Yeah.
and bowling,
Yeah.
and volleyball. You just were in volleyball.
Communicating with others, that hasn't been easy.
And we have tried alternative communication devices, sign language. You know, he's had speech therapy 4 times a week since he was 9 months old.
One of those methods includes a verbal app on his cell phone to help.
Yeah, breakfast.
breakfast.
Snack.
You know, you're designed the way you are, and I think God says, you know what, I made you unique, and I'm gonna do great things with you.
And Ford has done great things. Last year, he won a gold medal in swimming at the Special Olympics, gone to college in Wisconsin, and Nate dropped nearly 30 pounds.
Either take what's given to you in life and just become a victim, or you can stand up and say, yes, this is hard. This is a difficult thing, but I can do it. I love you.
As for Nate, he continues to do it, one day and one lap at a time.
Me, me, teeth. All right.
A lot of people have helped me, so go for it.
All right.
Do for the team.
Ever since I played football, I was trying to kick the ball.
You're crazy. You know, you're spending your summer working out and snapping. It really does pay off.
It's poetry in motion. Being a football specialist takes serious skill. Two players, Spencer's Hayden Grover and Athens Troy Stuyvesant, possess one special relationship. Hayden's a long snapper for the Panthers, while Stuyvesant kicks. Both are bettering their game together.
It's kind of like riding a bike, except you let the bike sit too long, it'll rust, and it's not going to work too well.
The hardest part is the mental part about it, having that mental toughness, knowing that there's only a certain space where you can put the ball.
After years of hard work and camps, they will play major college football. Troy's heading to Penn State, and Grover's heading to Akron.
To have two kids that have been working together for a little while now to go and play Division I football, that's even more incredible.
You know, having one player from the Twin Tiers play at the Division I level is a pretty big deal. But two, that's an even bigger deal.
It's been fun, but crazy at the same time. It's taken a lot of support from my family. Like, I still have people come up to me in the hallways and be like, Akron, like on my shirt, like, what's that?
Two friends, one dream. And if you ask them this last question, what does it take to make it? That's simple.
It doesn't matter where you're from if you put in the work. It takes yourself to get your name out there.
If people think you're crazy, you're doing it right.
There. Good hit, Dominic. Nice hit, fire him.
Come to a Challenger League baseball game on Sunday to give you some kind of perspective on how lucky we are.
On this field, the score doesn't matter. The game stays the same. Big Flats Challenger League Baseball concluded its 10th year of giving players with disabilities a chance, their chance to play the game.
You think you played pretty well today?
Yeah.
How so?
I did because
because I've been playing since 8 years.
Having this available to them, I think, is huge. And each time we bring somebody in, they're so glad they joined.
We're watching baseball. Great episode.
Nate Ford and Kyle Robbins have played for years and fight their own battles. Nate suffers from Down syndrome, and Kyle fights chromosomal misplacement and apraxia, which impedes his speech. Like many players, both love to play.
Do you love playing baseball?
Yeah.
Our team did good. We did good. We hit some home runs lately.
And the league's hitting its own home run. A new total of 8 teams span from Elmira to Hornell, giving many disabled players their opportunity.
Without this program, a lot of these kids don't have anywhere else to go. Almost hold back our tears because it's so emotional.
Emotion celebrating baseball.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every time I tell my friends, every time I try to win game this year. I don't know why.
Emotion celebrating life. Now tonight is big time. We're going to find out WENY TV Sports Style what it's like to be a professional wrestler for one night, baby. This is it. The first step of pro wrestling is learning how to fall. And boy, is it tougher than it looks.
I'll tell you, get that head rush going, you just feel it.
Then it was time to hit the ropes, something that's a crucial form of the entertainment. I tried my best and managed to get through. At least I could hit the turnbuckle hard and fall face first with the best of them. My reward, taking a big splash.
This does not look good at all.
Yeah.
In wrestling, oh yeah, it's all about paying your dues, and boy did I pay them. I even volunteered to take a clothesline and a good old-fashioned body slam. But no one shows up this sports team. I got mine. And there was a little celebration in the end.
Oh, yes. It's time right now.
And yeah, I'm going to stick to my day job.
Pro wrestling is tough.
If you wrestled for Coach Mark Stevens, simply put, you'd go to war for him. On Sunday night, the Twin Tiers lost a legend. Stevens died of an embolism at Strong Memorial Hospital in Rochester. Tonight we paid tribute to the man who changed the region forever.
You're not friends. You got to go and wrestle, and you got to put your mindset that way.
No person defines wrestling more than Elmira's Mark Stevens. For over 50 years, Stevens wrestled, coached, and inspired hundreds of competitors on the mat. What he's accomplished is second to none. In 1966, he became the first athlete to win a state championship in Elmira Southside history, capping off an unbeaten regular season. Then Stevens went on to the University of Maryland before serving his country in Vietnam as part of the Marine Corps. Stevens brought his same leadership to the coaching ranks in the early 1980s. For decades, he coached some of the best ever to come out of the Twin Tiers in the Glider Wrestling Club. Stevens also served as a coach of the Empire State Games for 25 years.
I've been involved in wrestling for 50 years, and I've always stuck with it and followed it, and it's been the love of my life.
Mark was an acclaimed official for the sport as well. He officiated in Section 4 for 30 years, did the state tournament 4 times, and the New York State Collegiate and National Duels. In 2010, Horseheads named a tournament in his honor called the Mark Stevens Classic. And in September, Stevens' crowning achievement was being inducted into the New York State chapter of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. A dedicated worker with strong loyalty, Stevens will be remembered for his fighting spirit. He's living proof that when you care more, you do more. And above all, always believe. In the spirit of the sport, WENY TV honors Mark Stevens, a wrestling legend in the Twin Tiers.
Be successful forever.
All right, Renata, thank you so much to many people who helped out with that story, sending us pictures in of Mark. And I wanted to bring this out, a personal memento from Mark Stevens himself, from Coach. And this is a letter he wrote to me before the 2001 National Tournament, Fargo, North Dakota. It says, Andy, remember, focus, hard work will pay off, minimize your mistakes, be an All-American. Shane Lisi, the Horseheads coach, and I are very proud. And got to say, Coach, we're very proud of you for all you've done, and we're going to miss you, and we love you very much.
All right. It sounds like those words on that letter can still apply today. Stay focused, stay strong, stay determined.
And the thing about it is Mark Stevens, nobody put more work in than Mark, and that's why he was so loved. In the 1990s, Elmira's Beth Phoenix won a WWE Wrestling Coloring Contest and got free tickets to a show. Years later, the Glamazon found herself a part of that show, and it was worth every minute.
Don't take no for an answer.
Strength of Beth Phoenix! Oh, wow!
I wanted to be a WWE diva. Refused to accept failure.
She's known as the Glamazon, Beth Phoenix, a 4-time WWE Divas champion who conquered her dream of becoming a pro, all starting in Elmira.
Elmira was so important for me because no matter how hard things got on the road, I always had the support of my family and friends.
A 1998 graduate of Notre Dame High School, Beth broke down walls, becoming the first female wrestler in school history.
She had to go through a lot of different stereotype things. A lot of the negative comments, when we went places and stuff. But she had always had such a positive attitude.
Being a girl on the team, it was tough. It was hard to be taken seriously. They gave me a chance, and they taught me what it was like to work for it.
Beth was a great girl. I remember her well. She was very involved. I think if you look in the yearbook, you'll find that she was directing the band at one time.
Notre Dame provided the platform, launching her to stardom. After graduating from Canisius College, Beth worked her way up the wrestling ranks, making her WWE debut in 2006.
I am not going to let you get away with what you did to me.
I was looked at like you're a good wrestler, not defined by girl or boy or anything. You're great at what you do.
And Beth was great. WrestleMania's merchandising, and she became just the second female ever in the Royal Rumble match. Her greatest moment.
And we're here to show you how to be pin-up strong.
She put a lot of work into this because she, was something that she wanted so bad.
After 10 plus years chasing her dream, Beth retired, but not before making an entire city proud.
I think it means if you have a dream, you can follow it and you can make something really good happen.
It doesn't matter how big your dreams are, you can chase them down.
One of the most watched Super Bowls in television history was featured on WENY TV, and our sports team had you covered from New Orleans. I'm Andy Malnoske, and along with Josh Getzoff, we brought you the Big Easy like never before with the most and only comprehensive coverage in the Twin Tiers. Football legends, stars of today, and everything else NFL was brought to you by Simmons Rockwell, the proud sponsor of Super Bowl week. WENY TV, your choice for sports in the Twin Tiers.
So, who's going to win this big game on Sunday?
I'm going for the Ravens. I'm not going to go for any other team in the NFC.
Love, love, love this city. Most importantly, I love the food and the culture. It's fabulous.
The only reason I'm going for Ravens is I've never liked San Francisco. I don't like the Ravens either, but I do not like San Francisco, period.
I want the 49ers to win this weekend. That would be really cool.
The 49ers.
Yeah, there it is. Never give up.
I got the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens because I think Ray Rice and Ray Lewis are going to go and take care of it.
49ers, of course.
Why do you think so?
Oh, he's an awesome quarterback, and he's really hot.
Definitely Baltimore. You gotta love the Ravens. Lewis, he deserves that. He cries every time the anthem comes on.
I do not feel like going with San Francisco because I never went for them. I'm not going to ever.
Who that? Who that said they're going to beat them Saints?
The Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens. I want to see Ray Lewis retire with a win.
49ers.
Why do you think so?
Because they're good.
I'm going to root for the 49ers. I love California, and I think they're awesome.
Who dat? Who dat?
Who dat?
Oh yeah, it's time. Hit the pads, test out your 40-yard dash, and see how footballs are made. This is the NFL experience. For fans, this is pretty much everything. Greats of the game, a mock draft, and yes, Lombardi. And there was plenty for me too. I tested out my arm and even tried my luck on the kicking game. Well, kind of.
You gotta get into it a little more intensity. I didn't feel a whole lot of heart there.
Nicole's advice, well, that worked. The next field goal was good, and the support, that was there.
He's really good, but if he keep practicing, he might just do it.
Well, I'm no Super Bowl champion, but it's simple. The NFL experience, just do it.
He was on point. It was nice. I take notes from that guy.
And take some pads out along the way. In New Orleans, Andy Malnoske, WENY Sports. All right, Shaw leaves behind a legacy that shows people not only how to live, but how to stare in the face of adversity and be better because of it. In heaven, this is for you, my friend.
I definitely want to get into coaching. Everybody says, how could this happen to you? But until it actually does, you don't really know what it's like.
1, 2, 3, say yes!
Live every day like you can, because you never know when it's going to be over.
Well, thank you so much to Devin. You have taught us all how to live. We wanted to post some Facebook comments out there from our viewers. Chrissy Rexes says she'll miss his wonderful smile and positive spirit. Jenny Haleen says the courage and strength of this young man is outstanding. Our town will be forever impacted by this young man. And DJ Locke says Devin emulates what it is to be a fighter and will always be an inspiration. And Devin, thank you so much. And we're going to miss you very, very much. And we love you very, very much. And we're at this band every day. Let's go to break.